your mountain. You want to speak to that mountain. Hebrew 11:1 says, now faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the convictions of things not seen. That is exactly what we're going to talk about today. What's going on, everybody? How are you? We're going to talk to you about speaking to your mountain. And for you, that mountain might be a mountain of doubt. It might be a mountain of lack. It might be a mountain of debt. It might be a mountain of regret. Or on the other side, it may be a mountain of something good that you're bringing into your life. Whatever it is, we're going to talk to you about how to speak to it. Make sure you speak into it. If this is your first time tuning in today, I want to say welcome, welcome. My name is Cathy McReynolds, and I help people build businesses with biblical principles. And so we started Bible Business Academy so that we can reach out and we can help people who have that faith background or who want to get closer to God and be the reason why they built those businesses. So that's exactly what we help people with. And I'm going to go ahead and hit my share button. If you guys can do me a favor and go ahead and do the same thing, we'll greatly appreciate it. And then also let me know where you are tuning in from. Are you catching this during the live or replay? Do you have a business right now? Or are you looking to get one started? Right before I got on here, I had someone message me on YouTube because they took a look at our video is pinned at the top of our YouTube page that talks about the 4 signs that God may be calling you to start a business. So if you haven't seen that and you're not sure like what type of business you want to start, or if he's calling you to start one, I'm going to highly suggest that you go take a look at it. But right now, I want you to grab your pen, grab your paper, and we're going to talk to you about how to speak to that mountain and make sure you get everything shared out. So let me go ahead and get us switched over here, y'all, and get our sharing going on. Let's see. All right. And we're ready for this. We are ready for this. And make sure, guys, that you grab a pen and paper and take some notes, because we got some great things that we're going to talk about today. So again, I want to welcome you all out today. Our workshop is on Speak to Your Mountain, and we're coming from Hebrews 11:1. Now, faith is the assurance of things hoped for and the conviction of things not seen. And today you will discover God's principles of faith by speaking to the mountain, and how and when you do, it will unlock the goodness and growth in your business and lifestyle. Now, if you want to unlock the growth in your business and your lifestyle and change your life, drop some hearts in the comments, or hit those hearts on the live for me. Also, I want you to learn how his spiritual and wealth provision is available to every faith-driven entrepreneur out there who is a believer, and why you must understand the method God has set in motion for your success. We also will take a deep dive today into the scripture and winning business strategies and how to speak God's goodness over your business so that you can create the lifestyle you desire and was promised. That's the beauty of it, y'all. We were promised this. So everything that you want, you were promised it, and you can have it. We also will outline how to speak the truth of God's words, even when times are tough. That's especially when you should be speaking it, and how it works together with our faith and funnel strategies to bring supernatural success. And guess what else you're going to discover today? We will also uncover when your heart power is packed full of faith, how it will bring God's supernatural intervention, and how the balance of faith and speaking working together is so essential for you creating that abundant business and lifestyle that God has promised you. So I want you to find out the important truths about faith and speaking to that mountain, and how it will bring that goodness in your business and lifestyle. So be sure to share this to other faith-focused entrepreneurs who you know are starting or growing or looking to scale their business. And it's important for them to do it God's way. And guys, if you stick around to the very, very end, you're going to get an exclusive access to a proven system for launching your own six-figure online business with a new way to build your online business. And I also have some free resources to you if you stick around to the end. And we got some gifts for you as well. I'm going to deliver them right to your front door, and it will help you to grow in faith in your finances. And guess what that leads to? That leads to, number one, you get into the kingdom, but it also leads to more fun, more freedom, and more fulfillment. What a beautiful life. If this is your first time tuning in and you're like, who is this girl and why should I listen to her? My name is Cathy McReynolds. As I said, I'm from Akron, Ohio. I always say I grew up shy and sheltered and basically in church 6 days a week. And my mom was a minister, so I was preacher's kid, right? Dad, a football coach. I left home at 19. I lived in the DC, Baltimore, and Pittsburgh area and Ohio. Do we have anyone from Ohio, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, DC? Where else did I? Boston? Anybody from any of those areas? If you are, drop it in the comments or let me know where you're coming from. Just put a shout out. Let us know where you're coming from. I always say I'm an introvert, y'all, who loves to win. Not perfect, but I guarantee you, you can know my faith by my works. So I'm an action taker. Aunt to many, licensed financial advisor for the last 25 years. And the reason why I love doing this, because I've always loved to train and help people. And I've made six figures, lost six figures plus. I've been up, down, all around town. Let me tell you. So we can help you shorten your learning curve and get it done quicker. And we are now also an author, so you can pick up our copy of Bible Business Secrets. We have this book is available on Amazon, or we have some special deals. If you go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/book, you can get it from us for free. You just got to cover the shipping. And guys, this right here, if you follow me, this right here is golden. I call this my silver and gold, right? Silver and gold. This is our planner. This is a 30-day planner devotional. It's a 4-in-1. So it gives you everything that you need to budget yourself, know your net worth, plan your business, plan your day, and most importantly, it helps you to meditate on God's word both day and night when you go through this. So make sure you grab yourself a copy of this, and you can get this on Amazon, or you can also go to believeandgrowrich.org. believeandgrowrich.org. We got some special things over there for you. So let's go ahead and dive into today's topic. What's your mountain? I want to know what's your mountain now. I'm going to share some of these here. If one of those are not your mountain, do me a favor and drop in the comments what your mountain is. What is your biggest challenge and your biggest struggle when it comes to either getting your business started or growing your business started? Do you have a cash flow management problem? What about hiring employees or sales team, delegating tasks, choosing what to sell? Like, a lot of people get stuck in that cycle, and I'm going to share towards the end something that we have that will help you with that. Your marketing strategy. Do you know how to market? What about capital? Are you strapped on a budget or debt? Are you piled up with debt? Are you running your business on debt? Y'all know what the words say about debt, right? Are you having a challenge maybe finding the right niche or mastering digital marketing? Everything is always constantly changing. What about customer acquisition? Are you having a challenge getting clients in, or do you simply lack discipline to get things done? Or maybe time management? All that comes around discipline. Do some of you have unrealistic expectations? I can't even say that one. Like I have to think about that, because with God, all things are possible, but there are steps that you have to go through to get to where you want to go to. So what are your expectations? Have you been constantly having the same expectations, but you have not met them? How about getting started, making that decision just to go for it? I always love that scripture, when God says, he enjoys he rejoices in the small beginnings. So you got to get started. How advertising? Do you know how to advertise on LinkedIn, on Facebook or Google or all the other ad spots that you can advertise on? What is your mountain? I want you to drop in the comments. Let me know if any of these resonated with you, or is there something else that you need to speak to? And that's what we're going to talk to you about today. See, the number one challenge facing faith-focused entrepreneurs I'm going to tell you that in a second. But before I do, where I got this from, they did a recent poll that on a Christian CEOs, right, about the tensions that they feel daily. What are they going through? And the first one the number one thing on their list is very universal and is common among the peoples that are polled. There are 5 of them, and I'll give you all 5 of those as we go through here. But I just want to say to you that everything that you're going through, you can remove it, right? It will, once you know how to speak to that mountain and get it moved, and you will have an amazing, like, peace. When God says he'll give you peace beyond understanding, like, it really happens. You can get peace beyond all understanding. But first, y'all, I want to dive into and look at what substance is. Okay. And I love, and I kind of share this a lot of times. I'm always going to share with you guys, the point of these workshops is to educate you, to teach you, to share with you entrepreneur, marketing, advertising, sell, but most importantly, to show you how you can live that lifestyle that you want to live, build that business that you want to live right from the Bible. The Bible is just not something you go to find, instructions on a certain word or certain things, but you just got to get in the habit of reading it all the way through, year after year. I don't know, it's probably like 4 or 5 years, I don't remember, but we would go front to back and read the entire word. And let me tell you, every time you read it, you find something different. And you can also go to YouTube and listen to it, or Audible or whatever the case is, but you're going to listen to that. So let's talk about substance, what that is. The 1828 dictionary, that's why we're going, my ADHD kicked in there. So I use the 1828 dictionary because they always give scriptures 99.99% of the time, they give scriptures in their dictionary and how it is related to the Bible. And you'll find that the new dictionaries, they are completely contradictory of this one, because Norman Webster got his information of how to define something right from the Bible, and that's why he would use scripture. So this is just a side note. Make sure you go and you can get it right online. 1828. But here's what it says substance is: in a general sense, being something existing by itself, that which really is or exists, equally applicable to matter or spirit. Thus the soul of man is called an immaterial substance, a cognitive substance, a substance endued with thought. It's something real. It's not imaginary. It's something solid. It's not empty. Like, it's good. It's an estate. It's a means of living. It's how you're living. Like, here's the scripture that the 1828 dictionary had in here. Here's the scripture. They had Job 1:3. It says Job's substance was 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, etc. And I'm going to give you the rest of that scripture there. But substance is in the Bible in 113 instances. So it's very important for you to understand how it relates to you growing your business. The Bible describes man's wealth often in terms of substance. If you knew that, drop that in the comments and let me know. And the word substance was a code word for wealth in Bible times. So you can see that it was often used. The millionaires of the Bible times knew that substance was the basis of all wealth. So if they knew that, then shouldn't you know that as well? Shouldn't you know why they knew that, what they were doing, and how's that happened? They knew how to mold it into prosperous results through their thoughts, words, and actions. And you're going to constantly hear me say today, thoughts, words, and actions. The substance through their thoughts, words, and action is so important. Some of the ancient people gained such an understanding of substance that they could produce whatever they want right out of the ethers. So if you could produce what you want, like just by thoughts, words, and action, doesn't that make sense to want to dive into it and learn more about it? It's like Jesus did on a number of occasions. As he manifested instant loaves and fish, bread and fish, instant wine, instant tax money. Wouldn't you want to have some instant tax money, instant wine, or instant fish? Like whatever you want, don't you want it instantaneously? As the old working for it is gone. So that's why it's important to understand this. Job 1:3 says, his substance was also 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of ox, 500 she ashes, and very great household, so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east. That was his substance. So today, your substance could be your real estate, your homes, your cash, your Bitcoin, your whatever your assets are. Those are your substance. Now the question is, are you getting them instantaneously? And that's what we're all working towards. And in Genesis 12:5, it says, and Abraham took Sarah his wife, and Lot his brother's son, and all their substance that they had gathered. So you see how he had gathered it, and the souls that they had gotten in Haran, and they went forth to go into the land of Canaan. And to the land of Canaan they came, right? And then here's another instance of substance in Genesis 37:7. It says, for their substance was more abundant than to dwell together. See, they got so wealthy. Like that's like what we call now filthy rich. They were so wealthy that they couldn't even live in the same town. It was too much that they had to go and separate. And the land of the soldiers were not able to bear them because of their cattle. It was too much. It was like too many cattle. So now it could be like too many homes, too many stores, too many of something, too many assets. If that is resonating with you and making sense, y'all, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're feeling what I am saying there. If you're feeling that. In Hebrews 11:1, it says, now faith. Okay. So we know without faith it's impossible to please God, right? So now faith is the what? Substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So when you are looking at substance, not only does it have to do with wealth, it also has to do with faith. So when you're looking at this, I want you to start putting two and two together, and I want you to think different. Like, think from God. Think the way he thinks, not of the world. Be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So you have to ask yourself, what are you hoping for? You got belief, you got hope, and you got faith. What are you hoping for? See, all mountains, all of that stuff that I talked about, not being able to get customers, being in debt, not having the right investments or employees, or not knowing what product you want to start, or not knowing what business, whether you want to be in business online or offline, or just confusion, all of that. When all of that mountain can be removed when you have faith. That's where it starts. The Bible says that faith is the substance of things hoped for. In other words, faith brings those things into your life. You don't have to pay for it or make it or be physical to get it. You just need to have faith. When Jesus said, when he came over and like, hey, should you pay taxes? He was like, go over here and get that money out that fish's mouth. Like, when tax time is due, wouldn't you want to be able to call that into your life? Like, go get that money. I forget who I heard to say that, but when taxes are due or bills are due, I think it was Dan Kennedy, he's like, I'm not paying for it. Somebody else is paying for it. So that's the thought that you have to have. The basic definition of faith, according to the Bible, is simply believing in God's goodness and believing that he rewards the people who seek after him. Are you one of the ones who seek after him? If you are, drop it in the comments and say, yes, Cathy, I am seeking after him. See, all 5 of the top mountains facing Christian entrepreneurs are removed when you have faith. So drop faith. Just put the word faith, like the hashtag faith. Let's hashtag faith right in the comments there. See, loneliness in leadership is the number one mountain that people need to have removed. Loneliness in entrepreneurship. Trust me, I get that. As an entrepreneur, you're always creating, you're always in that mode of doing something and creating something, or challenging, fixing challenges, or coming up with something new. And a lot of times you can't, you have to be the one of strength. So when you're going through stuff, you can't even talk to the people around you unless you have that mastermind group. And that's why it's good to have God to talk to, because I promise you, we conversations just as if I'm talking to someone who's right next to me. So if you are facing that, if you're an entrepreneur and you feel like nobody gets you around you, your family don't understand you, they don't understand why you're always doing something and you can't do the things that they're doing, because you were called into a role of leadership. And I want you to know that that is absolutely normal, but you don't have to be lonely about it. You will always have God to talk to. And when you just start communicating with him and having that faith and speaking to that mountain, which we're going to talk about exactly how to do that coming up and what to say, you don't get lonely. You just get excited about making things happen. Number 2, complexity in a rapidly changing, information saturated world. Everything is always changing. I remember when I first came on a line, I used to have this line that says, I'm high touch, not high tech, because I didn't do computers. I didn't do technology. I had 3.5 years ago, y'all, I knew absolutely nothing about technology. And I had to laugh today because I put together something and then I had to code something. I was like, girl, you sitting here coding things. Like, what? And it's so, it was mind boggling up front because it was like too much. But once you get it and you do it over and over again, it just becomes natural. And that leads us to number 3, the new technology. See, don't get caught up in the latest technology or the latest app that just came out or the latest social media. You gotta hone in. Like, number 1, just stay focused on God. He will lead you in the right direction, but you have to hone in on where your market is at. Maybe your market isn't where the latest one just came in at. So until you perfect where you're at, don't move into another territory. Number 4, balance between profit, people, excellence, and God. Like, yes, that's a big one. Profit, people, excellence, and God. Like, how do you balance that? See, when you were of the world, there may be shortcuts that you took. There may, like, when challenges come up, maybe like you got a little, I don't know, outraged with someone. Maybe you were yelling or screaming or something, at customer service, or you're doing things. But I'm going to tell you, like giving you guys an example on my book, on this book here, I had ordered copies, like people bought the book. And this is one. So they sent them in, and on the top of the thing, they printed them the wrong way. So I got on the phone and I called Amazon to say, hey, all of my stuff was printed incorrect. And they were very nice about it. And so they said, okay, we're going to fix it. And they were to send me out. So I had to reorder the books. My second order came back exactly the same way as the first order. And then they're trying to tell me, like, we'll do that, like this stuff just didn't make sense. And then I felt myself like over talking them. And then I, like, soon as I started to come out with sentence one or two, then like I heard myself like, you're representing God. You're representing God. And when you start thinking like that, it puts you in a different mindset because you're like, well, it ain't that person's fault who's on the phone that they messed up my book order. They're trying to help you. So just like, let them talk. Let them say you'll have a chance to get your message out. I don't know if any of y'all anybody else have that issue, but yeah, like those are things that you have that issue on. But when you start meditating on His Word day or night, the Holy Spirit, your helper, will start helping you to tell you, like, girl, shut your mouth, right? But you're representing God. You're representing Him. You're representing the kingdom. Make sure you step up to the kingdom the right way so that you draw people in. And so when you're looking at balancing between profit, people, excellence, and God, pay attention to that Holy Spirit, that voice in your head, a reason that will sound like your voice, right? That's telling you stuff that you shouldn't do. Learn to listen to it. Learn to have a conversation with it. And I know people might think you're crazy, but it's okay. If you're in public, you can just have it inside your head, right? Integration of Christian faith with day-to-day business practice. That's one of the reasons why Bible Business Academy got started, so that we can help people and show them how they can integrate their faith into their work. I was one of those people who said, politics and religion, we just don't talk about. But God just kept working on me and telling me, you're going to do this Bible Business Academy. You're going to make this happen. And it was the best thing. It was the best decision that I made, to listen and to be obedient. And so, guys, if you're going through challenges with any of these fives, I want you to know that you can speak to them and you can have them removed. See, all mountains are removed when you have faith. Write that down. All mountains are removed when you have faith. You have to learn to laugh at your problems. Tears of self-pity and sorrow, that don't release faith. Like, you don't have time for the pity party, the tear. Like, I'm an easy crier, right? So I understand that. But learn to, this is one thing that I've always learned to do, learn to keep moving and keep working through your tears, and don't stop. Don't feel sorry for yourself. I always say, go get in that mirror, do those mirror moments. If you guys watch me, I'm always talking about that mirror moment. It's like I used to say, girl, you are McReynolds. You better get it together. You better go make it happen. You got to do this. And now I'm like, you're a child of God. He gave you courage. He gave you, strength. And he didn't give you no timid spirit. So you have to start speaking to that mountain and getting it around, away from you. You can't hold grudges. If you got grudges against people and you're holding something, or you're mad at someone, this is why your substance isn't coming to you. If you have grudges and you have anger inside you, if you have doubt, you're not going to be able to get what you want. You simply, in order to get it and to move that mountain, you need that faith. And you simply do what the Spirit of God tells you to do. You got to learn to listen to that helper. See, you create riches through faith by activating the words, the actions, and just believing. I used to always say this when I was training my agents, for financial advisors. I used to say, think it, ink it, and say it. So we added some stuff to this. Think it, ink it, say it, repeat it, and do it. Think it, ink it, say it, repeat it, and do it. And this is where I got this from. Harvard did a study that said, if you say something, hear something, write something, and do something at least 6 times, you're going to get 62% retention. So we would use that method when it came to us learning how to overcome objections, or learning how to pass our Series 6, 7, or our insurance license and all of that stuff. And once I learned, like, I remember the first time I took my insurance test, I took it on a Thursday, I failed it. I took it on a Friday, I failed it. And then it took until Monday for me to pass it. And all I did was sit down and I wrote out all the answers of the ones that I was missing. It's the same thing when it comes to when you're talking to clients and you're trying to overcome an objection. If you guys know Tom Hopkins, about 24 years ago, we had a boot camp. It was a weekend boot camp where we went to that boot camp and we had to memorize, I think it was like, I don't know, 20 objections and different things like that, and tie downs and all of that. And still today, I have memorized, I still know those. They just come, it's like singing a song. Once you get the words of the song down, you don't like consciously try to sit down and say, I'm going to remember that. But because you're constantly saying it over and over and over and over again, it becomes a part of you. So that's what you want to do with the word. That's what you want to do with your objections. Like we all, one of the things that we memorized then was, I'm not judged by the number of times I fail, but by the number of times I succeed. The number of times I succeed are in direct proportion to the number of times I can fail, but keep trying. So I learned that 20 something years ago, right? Or if somebody wants to overcome objection, they say, well, Cathy, it's too much. Well, how much too much is it? And then we got, isn't it, wouldn't it, shouldn't it, couldn't it, didn't it, didn't it. These are like tie downs. And so all of these things of overcoming objections, knowing how to sell, all of these are what led us to build number one teams in multiple different states and get to a six-figure income. It's not because we were like up here. It was because we just did the work. We put in the work necessary to learn the things. And that's the same thing you have to do with the word. As you're building your business, make that your number one priority. And when you pick up a copy of our planner, our Believe and Go Rich planner, you'll see right in the inside of it, y'all, right here, it says, My Day, God's Way. But the very first part up here, coming from all of that stuff that I've learned over the last 25 years, right here, you write down your scripture for today, and you write down what you want to do. You write down your substance, your wealth, the people you're going to help, the people you're going to serve. You take your pen to paper, think it, ink it, say it, repeat it, and do it. But if you want to know more about that, you can go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com and you can get more information. Is this making sense? Let me know in the comments if it is making sense. Oh, yes. And if this is your first time joining us, y'all, I can't see your comments right now, but please drop them in, whether it's in the live or the replay. I will go back and answer all comments. And at the end, if you have a comment and you put it there, I will bring it on screen, and because maybe somebody else has that thought. But let me know if this is making sense to you. See, create riches through faith. I'm going to say it again. By activating your thoughts, your words, your actions, and what? Just believe, right? It like think it, ink it, say it, repeat it, do it. I'm saying it over and over. This is how you speak to the mountain. And so I'm going to give you could take a screenshot of this. Here's something that you can say to that mountain. I do not depend upon persons or conditions for my wealth. God is the source of my supply, and God provides his own amazing channels of wealth to me now. Let me repeat that. I do not, like, when something happens, or just at the every day, I call them faithformations. They're not affirmations, they're faithformations, because they come from the word and they're based on the word. I do not depend upon persons or conditions for my wealth. God is the source of my supply, and God provides his own amazing channels of wealth to me now. Like I love that word now. Like not tomorrow, not next week, not coming soon, but now. So drop now, hashtag now, hashtag faith right in the comments. Here's another one for you. I picture my good and bring it through rather than trying to reason it through or force it through. I hasten my good through picturing it. So one of the ways that you can help to picture it, we used to say you got to see it before you seize it. And you don't you have to, if you can close your eyes and you start to see the life that you want, you can start visualizing it when you're meditating, but you can also get pictures, and you can create I call it a faith board. You can create a faith board. Some people call it vision board. I call it a faith board. Like, what are you faithing for? What are you faithing for? put it on a board, cut out the pictures, put them in your phone. You can have them any and everywhere. I remember just coming up like through everything that we were doing. We would have homes, cars, you name it, vacations, all of that just around the house, numbers, what's going to be in that bank account, all of that stuff. They came up, you put pictures of it. You can go get a copy of your bank statement or on your phone and just highlight it right over top of it and put the number that you want it to be. Jim Carrey did that with, I think it was a $10,000 check he wrote out to himself. And then guess what happened? He got that $10,000, that $10 million. It was something. It was in the millions. It wasn't 10,000. It was in the millions, right? So those are things that you want to do. What if I came to your house right now, what would I see around you that shows you what you want to do? If you go to my niece's room, she has like affirmations everywhere. I love the one that she has in her closet. It says like new clothes are being filled in this closet or something like that. I forget exactly what it says. I was like, all right, Buddha, I see you. I see you. So that's the exciting thing about it. You have to speak and let God know what you want, because he said if you ask for anything, right? Substance, faith is the substance of things hoped for, right? So if you ask for anything in his name, he will give it to you. But you got to repeating these faith affirmations. They are building up your faith when you say them over and over and over again. I have literally I have something I'm working on for the next 90 days that's going to, like, God has taken us to this whole other level, like he is taking us that we've never been. So I have all of these, like you can see here, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pages of faith affirmations. And so my goal when I have these is I'm saying them like every hour. Every hour I'm saying them, or every hour and a half. Soon as I wake up in the morning, I'm saying them. Before I go to bed at night, I'm saying them. If anything that happens, I'm saying them. Right before I got on here, I was saying them. And so you got to think it, ink it, say it, repeat it, and do it over and over again. Here's another one for you. I am now shown new ways of living and new methods of work. I am not confined to the ways and methods of the past. Because see, if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting what you've been getting. If you want something different, you got to do something different, y'all. So make sure that you know that you don't have to do the things the way everybody else is doing it. You don't have to do the stuff that you've been doing in the past, and you shouldn't. And let God guide you. So that's the purpose of this. Here's another one. I praise my God as the perfect creation of divine substance, and I now see more financial income for myself than I have ever seen before. Right? Boom. That's a good one for you right there, right? Speak to that mountain. Anytime things are going on, you want to speak to that mountain. You speak to it with the faith affirmations. You speak to it with God's word. Give him his words right back to him. Here's another one for you. I invite the powerful, loving substance of God to pour out unlimited wealth upon me. I claim my millionaire heritage of increased health, wealth, and happiness. See, it just ain't about money. It's about wisdom. Like he gave King Solomon, when he was 14, he put him over everything. And King Solomon said, man, I'm just a young kid and I don't know what to do. So can you give me wisdom so that I know how to guide and to lead the people? And God was like, you know what? Most people would have asked for money first. You didn't. They would have asked for things first. You didn't. You asked for wisdom. And because you ask for that, I'm going to give you not only that wisdom, but you will be the best of the best ever on planet Earth. So he was the wealthiest of wealthiest of wealthiest. So make sure in your faith affirmations, right, that you're asking God for the wisdom to build the business that you want to build, for the wisdom to be able to help the people that you want to help, and that he has put you in charge of, so that you can do it the way that he wants you to do it. So guys, I'm going to give you some key takeaways from what we just talked about. God is just as much the provider of his children's riches, the substance, the wealth, as he is the healer, or as he is to get you into heaven, right? A lot of times people don't even talk about the lifestyle, the wealth, and the money, or they're uncomfortable with it, or you don't hear about it. It's always the doom and the gloom. Well, I shouldn't say always, but a lot of times it's the doom and the gloom. And it's like, oh my God, people think if you're, a savior, if you're a Christian, you shouldn't be wealthy. But like, I just read y'all scriptures where they talked about the wealth and the substance in the Bible. So it is okay. That person who is telling you what you shouldn't be, or you shouldn't, want to build wealth or create wealth, they just don't know the word, and that's okay, right? You just have to know how to deal with them properly, so that you can help them and lead them. But you got to stand firm on what you're looking to make happen. And God has an unlimited supply. I put out a post to say, stop looking at things like there is a shortage, because it is not. You don't have competition. You don't run out of, like, God has an infinite supply of everything that you need, or people who will need your stuff, even if you're doing something that someone else is doing. I'm dating myself, but for you guys who know about Blockbuster, they were offline. They were like the number one place out there where people went and got videos, and then people start buying videos online, right? Through Netflix. Now there's very few Blockbusters out there. Kmart, y'all remember Kmart? JC Penney's, a lot of these companies, especially since what we went through, a lot of these companies, they're gone, because when you have a lack mindset, when you have a limited resource and you think resources are short, then you start to think that way. And if you believe that, guess what's going to happen? You're going to go out of business, or you're never going to get started, because you think, oh, I got competition. Every time someone say, well, who's your competition? No one. Because you have your assignment. You have your assignment of what God sent you here to do, and what's for you. No one can ever take that away from you. And when you understand that, and you learn to speak to those mountains, you learn to activate your faith, your life will just become, I'm not saying you still won't have challenges, but when you have them, it won't bother you. Just like the Hebrew boys, Meshach and Shadrach and Abednego, just like they said, you can throw me in the fire. I'm not bowing down to you. This is how you have to be with the world, with people around. I'm not bowing down to you. And even if something happens to me, I'm still going to praise God in the fire. That's how you have to be with what you're doing. And after the world was created in such grand, the creation, just the world being created, it's a lavish story. It's a substance story, right? It means lavish abundance. Like God just said, boom, let there be this. And it was. Let there be this. And it was. And after the world was created in such a granular style, right? Containing lavish substance, the man was then formed the dust of the earth, which was radiant substance. So you got the word radiant, you got the word lavish, you got the word abundance, like grand. All of that is like, this is how you should feel. We are queens, we are kings, we are made in God's image. And so that means that we're the best of the best, right? Like, so you got to feel that man, as luminous substance, was given dominion over the universe through the action of his mind. It starts here. Think it, ink it, think it, ink it, say it, repeat it, do it. You must put that into action for yourself, guys. And remember, when God starts blessing you, and even before and on everything you do, because you could be trusted with a little, you could be trusted with a lot. Make sure you honor him with the substance and with the first fruit of all thy increase. And I know a lot of people say, well, that was for the Old Testament. So what? Still give, still help, still serve. I can't wait, like, to be able to give hundreds and millions of dollars to people in need, or people who just want to grow the church and to be able to help. This is how you want to think, because it makes you not work for you. It makes you work for God and what He wants you to do and how it can help. So I hope that brought you guys value. I don't want you to leave, because we got some great stuff that we're going to share with you. And next week, if you tune in, we're going to start doing a series on millionaires in the book of Genesis. And we're going to go through that. We're going to talk to you about them so that you can take the characters or the people in the Bible and you can relate them to your life so that you can build it like they did it. Let's start doing things in a new generation. So congratulations if you made it to this part. But here's what's going to get really exciting now. And here's how I operate. If you guys are new to us, we like to, a lot of times you'll see online when people are, we have courses. If you are a coach or consultant, or you want to start a product business, whatever it is you want to do, then you have to, you go to the webinars and you sit at the webinars, and it's just a repeat webinar where they talk about it over and over again, right? So what we do and what God has led us to do is to share in the first half of everything that we do. We want to share some biblical principles and how they are related to building your business, to entrepreneurship. And now in the back half, why I want you to stick around is you're about to get an exclusive access to a proven system for launching your online six-figure business with some simple swipe and save funnels, and build your online business in under 48 hours. We're going to talk to you about that. And I'm going to share with you how to use this simple swipe and save funnel to start your online business. And guys, you don't have to take all day, all year, and all month to get it done. We're talking in under 48 hours. That's 2 days you can have your business up and ready to go. If you want to have that business ready, up and ready to go in 48 hours or less, put hashtag 48 hours in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. So let me show you how to not only make your first online sale, but also to give you the blueprint for taking that to a six-figure income. But first, y'all, this is how it all got started, and I want to share that with you. I've been in business for about 25 or so years. Financial advisor. I owned a daycare center. We've had property that we invested in and owned in. I've done direct marketing, network marketing. My first online business was I Love Going Live, when I did a 30-day challenge and got that started. We did the Fun and Freedom movement where we sold travel and all of that stuff. We had our six-figure club coaching where we were teaching people how to create success there. And then I did the baby boomers club. I said, okay, anybody who was born in 46 to 63, we're going to help them, be able to leave that inheritance and do that. And so now where we're at, we have, here's the funny part, and I'm sharing this with you so you guys won't go through this. All of those online business pretty much do the same thing that I'm doing now, except for now is with biblical principles. But even back then, I still talked about it. But Bible Business Academy is out there. We're going to talk about God, Jesus, the Holy Spirit, the Helper, all things on how, because it makes you live a better life. When I look back at my last 25 years, I would have never made it through had it not been for God. I remember times when things were going rough, I would just go in my car, sit in the parking lot of my office, and I would just read the Bible. I didn't know what else to do when things go wrong. That's what I did. I just read the Bible because it brought peace. It gave you you felt better after you read it, and you got encouraged. So our business is now the eCourse U, the Believe and Grow Rich, the IceFit Studio, the Bible Business Academy. All of those are just a combination of all of the things that we've been talking about and we've been doing. See, my challenge And perhaps you can relate to it, guys. When I first got started online, I had no idea what to sell. I didn't know who to trust, how to get started, no tech experience, and also that fear of failing. And it was more so because I had failed a lot. And even though I had failed a lot, online was different because, see, when you're in your local town, your local city, you're just looking at people locally, right? But when you get on the internet, everybody gets to see you. Everybody gets to judge you. Everybody gets to talk about you. And that can be a little intimidating if you let it. So when I was trying to figure out what business, who I was going to learn from, because that's important, right? Especially now, being giving my life over to God. It's, he says you don't want to be, you don't like I can't think of where the scripture is at, but basically it says don't learn from don't you should learn from somebody who believes like you, so that you guys are equally yoked, so that you can move in the right directions and you can get there a lot quicker. Right now, can you learn from anybody? Absolutely, you can learn from anybody. You can learn what to do and what not to do, but this is how I prefer to do things now. So I remember my very first class, it was actually with Ray Higdon. He was the very first one, because he used to go live all the time, like go live, go live, go live. And because he went live so much, you start to develop a trust of people. You start to know who they are. So I bought his course, and I also went live for like 500 and something days in a row. So my very first course that I did was on going live. I did a 21-day challenge, and we had, I don't know, the first day or so, I think I talk about it in here, like 27 customers that came through on that first day. Now everybody wanted me to train on financial stuff, but I've been training on that for 27 years. So when you're thinking of your idea, it doesn't have to be what your career has been in. It doesn't have to be what your past has been in. It just has to be in something that makes you feel like you can bring value to someone else and you feel great about it. And the more people see and hear from you, and they will begin to like you and trust you, if that makes sense. See, I sold that challenge. Here's a copy of that challenge. You can see that right there. That was my first website, a funnel that I put together. Well, actually, this one has changed since then. But all of these were first. When I first got started, we sold, as I said, 27 of them real quick. Here is all of the different sales. Well, you can't see them all, but there are different pages there, but you can see that up there. And we sold that really quick, because I remember I was telling someone when I went through that challenge, and this was from, I did the challenge from the ClickFunnels, right? And it was day 27, and they were like, yeah, you should be making money now. And I'm like, I'm not making any money right now. Like, what am I missing? So I went back, literally, I pulled an all-nighter. I went back through all of the 27 days to see if I missed something. What was I missing? Why are other people making money and I'm not making money? Like, what's happening here with this online thing? And I figured it out. I don't even remember what it was, but I do know that I stayed up for 24 hours after I finished putting together my very first website, my funnel. At 10 o'clock in the morning, I went upstairs to take a shower because I had been up all night. My office, I was working from home at that time. This was 3 or so years ago, before all of this stuff happened. And when I came back downstairs about 11:30, something like that, I had $350 in my account that I didn't even work for. It was like, like that fish that we're talking about. That's why I love this online business. You don't have to be present or convince anyone or to learn all those objections that I talked to you about, when you know how to set up your funnel and make it work for you 24/7, 7 days a week, all the time. I made money online. And I'll never forget that first time, because it was the first time that I ever made money without sitting down, as we used to say, kneecap to kneecap, belly button to belly button. I did not have to be there in order for that sale to be made. And I call that the best form of passive income that you could ever have. But most importantly, guys, those people who went through those challenges, it changed their life. They got confidence. They have businesses now. And just because we put together a detailed game plan for them on exactly what to say, how to do it. How was I able to do that? Because I had did over 500 and something lives in a row. I went live every single day for over almost 2 years. I went live every single day just to get used to it, because speaking was not my thing. Even though I spoke on stages and all of that, I still used to get nervous. Now I'll hop on here and I don't even think about it. But anything that you do, you will learn how to do it. And as they say, I was excited when I came downstairs and I'm like, what? I made some money and I wasn't there. And from that point forward, I just dove into the online industry and just put so much like time and money and resources, which I'll talk to you about that. And I was just excited. And he says, that's my little Keelan. If y'all see my pages, y'all always see that I have him on here. So I put him in my ads. I love that. That was just the beginning. And then things began to blossom into a full service company. You look here now, wind that up, and you look at Bible Business Academy. Now we have programs, flyers, books, membership programs. All of that came from pulling an all-nighter on day 27, trying to figure out how to do it. So now I've figured out a system where I can help you guys get started in doing this. Instead of taking 27 days or 30 days, you can get it up and running and ready in 2 days. You like two? Yeah, anybody in two? Like, you just got to make a decision to just get started. Don't compare. I always tell people this: don't compare your chapter 1 or your year 1 to someone else chapter 20 or their year 20. Your beginnings may be small, but that doesn't mean they're not meaningful to God. He rejoices during small beginnings. There's a scripture that says that right now it's time to lift your head and remember who you are in Christ and get ready for what God has in store for you. As I said, you got to have that mirror moment, that faith moment. That's where keep speaking to those mountains, keep speaking to that mountain so you can get started. And do not despise. Here's it is in Zechariah 4:10. It says, do not despise these small beginnings, for the Lord rejoices to see the work begin. So I'm like, yes, I'm excited. Like, he's excited. Like, I I was doing something today and I'm laughing. I'm like, I was like, God, you probably just think like, girl, you silly. I was like, wait, did God laugh? I'm like, well, he probably do, because he said we're made in his image. So if I'm silly, he's silly, right? I don't know, but I was just wondering that. I'm just sharing that with you. So just get started. Don't be afraid to make that decision. Fear does not go with faith. You can't have fear and you can't and faith. They don't go together. See, you can do it painfully. That journey that I shared with you all, it was not always rosy and sunshiny and happy, because I wasn't rooted like I'm rooted now. It was the painful way of getting it done. See, what I figured out over the past 3 years, I want to be able to help you with it. I got 15,000 in classes and seminars. I probably just spent that this year. I know it's probably a whole lot more than that. Websites, 4,000, emails, 1,000, integrations, 1,000, social media marketing, 2, ad spend about 10. I got about $33,000, and I know is probably double that I've spent on learning this online game. And I want to be able to share with you guys how to do that for a lot less. And here is the good news, guys. There's an easier way to make that happen. See, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a simple funnel that you can swipe and that you can use. With that funnel, whether you're on, and this is all without advertising in the beginning. If you're on Facebook or YouTube or Google or Twitter or wherever your site is, you can go put information out, put posts out, go live, and all of that stuff, whatever it is. When you do that, you send them to a lead capture page. That lead capture page is the sales process and then order, and then it sends out and you make money. This is how it all happens for me. But here's the great part about that. We're all doing this on one page in the beginning. It's just one for you to get started. Eventually, you're going to need the other ones, but you just got, like, when I got that $350 in there, which was not a lot of money, but it was my money, and I made it on a $27 product, in a few hours without me even being there, with some upsells and stuff like that. I was just excited about that, and it let me know, like, this works, and I can keep going, and you can keep going. So everybody has their beginning story, and I can't wait for you to share your story. It's just a 4-step process that you go through. What you're going to do in step 1 is how to do a quick research to validate your ideas. So you probably, or if you haven't watched the video on is God calling you to start business in 4 ways to figure out how, it's free video. You can go look it up on YouTube. Make sure you do that. But we have additional tasks where we teach you and show you how to validate your idea. And validation is important so that you know who to market to. Even like when Jesus was sending the disciples out, he told them, okay, you're going to go here, you're going to go here. These are the people that you're going to be with. These are the people. So if Jesus had target markets, if he put his disciples with 2 different people, in twos, and told them who to go see, you go see the Jews, you go see this group of people, you go see that group of people, you have to do the same thing. So we have a quick way for you to just get everything started by validating that. Step 2 is how to start selling any product with this simple swipe funnel. So everything will be set up, and you just got to put it out there, and people will go buy. Like, you buy stuff online, it's the same thing, and it's real simple. And step 3 is how to set up your simple swipe funnel in under an hour, even if you have 0 tech experience. So we're going to show you how to get it all set up in under an hour. It doesn't take long, because you're going to be swiping. And swiping means that you don't copy, but you emulate, and we'll show you how to do that. And step 4 is we're going to show you how to get a virtual unlimited source of hyper qualified buyers. And all that means is somebody needs what you have, and you don't even have to convince them, because we're going to put you in front of people who are looking for what you're offering and teach you how to do that, so you can do all of that without spending any money on ads. In the beginning, I didn't make that money, but I didn't have, at that time, had no ad spend out there. And so who is this for? You're probably wondering, well, I have an info product. Is this for me? Yes. Or you might say, I got a physical product. I'm in e-commerce. Is this for me? Yes. Service business. So maybe you sell insurance, investments, or, debt, or whatever the case is. Or maybe you're a coach or consultant, or maybe you got a real business offline. Like I had the daycare center, or you have a restaurant or something. Maybe you're an author, you're a speaker, or you have an affiliate product, and that's where you're selling someone else's product. Or maybe you're in network marketing, right? Or literally any type of business. A simple sales funnel will work for any of those business that you have. So now that I've shared that with you, you're like, well, I'm in one of those niches, but I don't have a product. If you don't have a product, no worries, right? No sad faces around here. We're going to show you what to do. And you're probably wondering what happens and how that works. See, there's 5 stages of a simple sales funnel that you go through. Stage 1 is awareness. Stage 2 is interest. Stage 3 is review. Stage 4 is commit, purchase, and stage 5 is order bump. So we take you through all of those different phases, teach you what they mean, and show you how, as you build your funnel, the order that they're going to go through. So kind of think of it as is when you go to, let's just say Walmart, right? You drive to that location. Maybe you need your GPS to get you there. You drive to that location, get in the car, you go in the store, you got your greeter there that's asking you, hi, can I help you? Most people are like, no, you can't help me, I don't need anything, but then they go searching for stuff. But all of that is part of the process, right? Because you're looking, you're reviewing, you're seeing, you're touching to see if you want things. It's the same concept when you're building your sales funnel. When you go through the cash register, they have all of these things that you don't need, that you just buy because you already got your credit card out and you're already buying. So that's your order bump. So just to give you an idea of how all of that works. And then the key thing, the reason why I was able to quickly in a couple hours sell that many people, or I don't even remember how many came in that day, is because I was going live. I had went live every day. I was putting out posts. I was interacting with people, engaging with people, and people knew that they could trust me because I showed up. I didn't post one day and then they never heard from me, right? They know they can trust you. So how you can do that, and you can start doing that today. You can get off here, you do social media posts, you can go live, you can record videos, you can have testimonies, third-party confirmation, messenger conversation, guarantees. All of these things are things that people look at and you become familiar. Like I post, literally, I put all my posts together on Monday for the entire week up for 8 days, and sometimes longer than that. And it also emails. So I'm not literally sitting there. The only one that I literally put up every single day is the one first thing in the morning, because I just like doing that one first thing in the morning when something is on my heart or something that we've used in the past that comes up. I like to put that out, the very first one. But after that, I'm very seldom online, but I have anywhere from 6 to 10 posts that are being posted every single day. And I'm going to show you how to do that when you're in our class, guys. But what that does, it gets people familiar with you, and you'll start to see it grow. I just got something from YouTube that said, I think it was 6,000 views or something like that I've had. It's congratulations, you're having, because that's our key. We're focused on building our YouTube channel. And see, you got to know where to start at. And then every year, as you're building your business, you're going to start focusing on different things. And that's how you get good at it. And we'll show you and help you with the direction that you need to go. But it's very important, just by having this 100% money back guaranteed on it, you can increase your sales by 20%. Having something like a guaranteed safe checkout, that's giving people comfort. So little things like that you might not even think about and you might overlook, those are the things that we're going to help you with. But before I even dive deeper in there, I have a faith question for you. Don't you think you could say a prayer and have faith that you can set up this one simple sales funnel if I teach you how to do it? And I showed you how to do it step by step in under an hour. Do you have enough faith to make that happen? I just showed you guys the funnels that we built, the businesses that we've had, the books that we did. That's a faith question. Would you have enough faith that you can get that done? Even if you have no experience, even if you don't understand tech. I remember because no one was having this type of conversation with me, right? They was just taking the money. They weren't talking to me about that fear and the stuff that you're going to go through. The system that I use now, it was the original system that I started with, but to me, because I didn't know anything, it was so complicated. And I was sitting there trying to watch a video and then do what the video said, watch a video. And it was just I can't, I'm not doing this. I'm going to go do something else that I'm comfortable with and I'm used to. And so I stopped it for about 6 or 8 months because it was just my head was I don't want to. Now I can get on there. Before I got on here, I had to fix something and it was done, boom, in 10, 15 minutes. That's what I want to show y'all how to do in less than an hour. So stick around and I'll show you how that works. It's just 3 simple steps, y'all. You choose the funnel. So as you can see right here, I got a whole bunch of funnels here that you pick which one you like, and we're gonna swipe it. And swipe it means I'm gonna give it to you, right? And then you're just gonna you're gonna create the content, and you're gonna close sales even without you being there, just like I explained to you how I did. So you might be thinking like, oh my goodness, how am I gonna create that content? Don't worry about that. We gave you get to choose from proven 6 and 7 figure sales funnels, and that converts. That means that what they have in the system, they convert. Remember, there's nothing new under the sun. The worst here's the worst thing about being an entrepreneur. If you're creative, there's nothing new. Like, even the worst is there's nothing new. So if you try to do things your way, it's going to take you a lot longer to hit success. Follow proven methods. How do I know? Because I've been there, right? Follow proven methods that are already out there. Emulate. It says like get wisdom, like the word tells you. Proverbs, read a proverb a day, tells you to get wisdom. So we're going to give you stuff that has already won, hit 6 and 7 figures already. You just have to emulate it and use it for your stuff. We have a free tool in step 2 that will, you can see here, you'll get over 700 headlines, titles, and content. All you're going to do is put like a keyword in there. Once you put that keyword in there, it's going to spill out everything for you, so you don't have to get super creative about what are you going to say, what your message is. There are systems out there that will do all the work for you. So why not let the system work, right? And that's a way of like, hey, we're out of we need to feed all these people. Oh, okay, let's turn that this fish and this bread that we could feed 5,000 men, right? We didn't even talk about the kids and the wives and all of that stuff. Or hey, I need my tax money, right? Go get it out the fish's mouth. That's online. That's what's happening online. You set something up, you build it with faith, and you make it happen. It will produce for you over and over and over again without you needing to be there, guys. And so here's an example of what that closed system looks like. You all been there before. You put your name, your address, your phone number in there, and your credit card information, and then you have that one-time offer where is it a bump where someone can buy something additional, like going in that checkout counter. You got that gum, you got that candy, or whatever, batteries, or whatever else you might need. You just add it on because you're already buying something. That's what this is. But guess what? You don't have to create this. You don't have to code this. You don't even have to change this in most cases, because there's standard systems that you'll see out there that we're going to give to you. And all you got to do is just make sure that it's connected to your accounts, and we'll walk you through how to do all of that. Here's another example. This one is from Free Shipping Worldwide. They're selling unicorns love the world, unicorn float. That's what they're selling here. So see, simple is better. You don't like complicated things. You don't like when you got to put your name, address, and phone number and email in there 2 or 3 times. You just want to go there and buy. So your messages, your posts, and all of that stuff is what's driving them to this site. So when they get to this site, they shouldn't have to do all this reading. I've made that mistake of putting my long sales letter on top of it. And like, I see the bounce rate, like how often there's sites you can see, when people leave your site. And all of this is learning stuff that you can learn, that we're going to teach you. This is why we're going to help you get your first or your next or your best funnel build in under 48 hours, and you can close more sales. I love this one. You can close sales without being there. See how simple this is? Just put your name in there, your email address. You hit go to step 2 and your info. Simple is better. Simple is better. You don't have to like recreate the wheel or make it overcomplicated and all these bells and whistles, or have your logo and all of this stuff done. No, you just got to bring value to somebody. Give them something that they want. They trust you and like you, and they're going to buy it from you. So who here Like, based on what I just shared with you, who here thinks simple funnel sales system is awesome? Like, if you love the simplicity of knowing that you can have a business up and running online in under 48 hours, let me know if that resonates with you, if you're happy about that. If you do, just put a hashtag 48, right? Hashtag 48 in the comments. And if you got questions, go ahead and drop those in there as well. What you're going to get, let me explain to you what you're going to get. You're going to get a funnel system, the same one that I use to be able to build my funnels. You're going to get that. I use ClickFunnels, so you'll be able to get that. We'll give you a special link that you can use. They've had over 100,000 users, 994 million contacts. They built 5.84 million funnels and processed over $4.2 billion. So we partnered up with them, and we love them. We've been with them building funnels, and this is what you're going to get. And you will get a 14-day free trial. You don't even have to pay for it to get started. You can be making money, and you're not even paying for the system up front. And you're probably wondering, okay, I heard that, but what happens after the 14 days? It's simple. After 14 days, guys, you can switch to a monthly or annual bill. If you do annual, you can knock off 2 months and save yourself some money. I always love, especially around the holiday seasons, when they have Black Friday or Cyber Monday, I'll buy stuff for the entire year because you can save a lot of money. And they also will always like say, okay, hey, they'll send you these things where you could save money. So today, when you get started and when you join the class, and I'm going to talk to you about, there's no money for paying for your system in order to run your business. It's zero, then it's $97 a month, or you can get the full suite and service of it, which is $297, and that includes your email. I'm not going to even get into all of that right now, but I want you to know that you're going to have your funnel. Some people call a funnel a website a funnel, but you're going to have all of that included in your course, your boot camp for building your business in under 48 hours. So let me ask you this, right? I told you guys that I had, I think it was $37 or $27 product at that particular time, and 27 customers right up front. But what if you just made 2 sales a week part-time? And you're just getting started, and you can take 8 to 10 hours a week and set it aside to put to your business, and you make an extra $148. It's not like breaking the bank, but that's pretty good, right? If you look at that and you do that over a 2-week period, that's $148. And we're just saying it's 2 weeks. That's just 2 weeks. So double that, right? If you do 2 sales a week at $67, and you do that for 2 more weeks, that's $268. At 2 sales a week at $97 product, these are what you're charging for the products, right? 2 weeks, that's $388. I'm just talking 14 days. In your first 14 days, we're not even talking about the rest of the month, right? 2 sales a week at $197 times 2, that's $788. And if you do that and you're selling something at $297, that's $1,100. That's $1,100 that you make in your first 2 weeks before you even paid for the service that you're going to use to build that up. So if you can do this and make an extra $1,000 a month while you're learning to build your business, like, what would you do with that money? Would you use it for your car note? Would you pay off bills? Would you use it for your rent, your mortgage? Would you take that much needed vacation? How about a fun date night, or your tithings, your offering, or helping someone out? How would that change your life? But most importantly, guys, how would it change the lives of the people that you are responsible for taking care of? I just put out that proverb that says, if you are unable to take care of your family, especially the members of your household, you're worse than an unbeliever. And you don't want it. Like, the reason why people get in those situations is because they don't do the things that they need to do in order to make the things happen that they need to happen. And we're showing you a way to do that without painful toll, without frustration, without confusion. That's what this is all about. So here's what you're about to get. I'm going to walk you through everything that you're going to get in a 2-day boot camp that we're going to talk to you about. First of all, you're going to get a 14-day free ClickFunnels trial. That's a value of over $1,100. See, what we put together is a simple sales funnel, 100-fold business boot camp for you. And it starts this Monday. You can get immediate access to the bonus and training that we're going to have for you. You're going to have live office hours at 1833 Bible Biz. So if you get stuck and you're working on your funnel, you can give us a call or a text. All sessions when we go live to just teach you everything that you need to do will be recorded. And then every Tuesday, no matter when you join or which Monday you start, we have live question and answer where we can meet on Zoom and you can hop on there and we can get your questions answered. We can share screens and literally show you how to move stuff around. And if you call us on, our 1833 Bible Biz, we can schedule a time. You can text us, call us. We can schedule a time where we can help you one-on-one so that you can get it done. The goal is to help you create success. So you get immediate access to all of that. So when I'm going to show you guys how you can enroll, isn't that exciting? Who's excited about that? Let me know if you're excited about it. And this boot camp is for you if you have an info product, e-commerce, physical product, service, coaches, consultant, real business offline, author, speaker, affiliate product, network marketing, literally any type of business, you'll be able to pull up in 2 days and get that first level of your business started. You're also going to get the boot camp. The boot camp is a value of $2,995, y'all. You can get that. I just spent for over the summer, it was one day. Was it one day? I think it was one day, or maybe I forget. It was pretty much like a whole day. It was like over $1,000 for one of them. 2,000. Like some people charge $100,000 just for an hour of their time, right? You go into King Solomon when the queen wanted help. Like, do you when you look at what she gave just to get an hour of his time and his wisdom and his help, like this is where you need, when you start reading the word and you start seeing what people are doing, you realize that it's okay for you to charge when you have something of value to share and make people's lives better. And if you're uncomfortable with paying that, so will people be uncomfortable with paying you that. So you gotta remove money as a thought that you're taking from someone, or as a thought that is bad to have it or to give it away. It's just substance. It's just there. It's just created. Money has no feelings. Money has no value. You bring that value to it, right? But if you look at the 100-fold boot camp and the 14-day ClickFunnels trial, right now we're at a total value of $4,121. But what else do you need in order to get that business up and running in the next 48 hours? You're going to need traffic. You're going to need people to come from all the different websites, the messengers, the Facebooks, the YouTube, LinkedIn, and all TikTok, whatever it is you're at. You're going to need to be able to speak to them where they hear you, they pay attention, and they go to your website. So we throw in also the online traffic secrets. That value is $1,995. So now we're at a total value of $6,000, because if you got your site up, I always explain to people this way: if you go build a store offline, but it's blocked, the road is blocked and nobody can get to her, nobody knows where it's at, you can have the best store in the world, but if you're not getting traffic to that store, nobody's going to buy from you and you're going to go out of business. So it's so important that you understand traffic and why you need to have it, and that's what we help you do, and we teach you and show you how to do that. So now we got traffic out of the way. Well, what else do you need? What else are you going to need? You're going to need sales copy. You're going to need to draw people in. You're going to need to say a message. You're going to need to be inside of your customer's head. You got to meet them in the conversation that they're having inside of their head. It can't be about you. It can't be about your business. It can't be about your business name. I'm saying all of that because that's where I was in the beginning, right? None of that stuff matters. Your logos doesn't matter. You got to meet people where they're at so that you can take them where they go. So you need to be inside their head. You need to know what they're thinking. You need to know what they're feeling. You need to know what makes them happy, what makes them sad. You need to know the results that they're looking to accomplish. And your message has to be able super persuasive so that when you're not there, that you can, that they'll come and they'll believe. Just like, what's coming to my mind now is when Jesus told them, go into this town, there's a donkey. Get that donkey and remove it. If anybody asks you, why are you taking it? Tell them, because I sent you. Jesus, like whenever he spoke in parables. He spoke in stories so that people could remember it and that they could relate to it. And that's what he did to the masses. And that's what you have to do. Now, when he was just with his disciples, he spoke a different type of language. So when you're with your people and your team, you can speak a different type of language. But when you're speaking to the masses, you have to speak their language. You have to be inside of their head. So as we teach you how to get to them, go get in front of them, the people who are out there. So you don't have to create customers. Customers are already out there. There are already people out there looking to buy what you have. We just have to teach you and show you how to have the right sales copy and the right language. That we showed you those 700 titles that you can get by putting that in there, and then show you how to work those and put them properly inside the funnel. So super persuasive sales copy is so important. The value on that is $3,997. Let me tell you, like, that's still a bargain deal at that particular price, because everything begins and ends on your communication and getting that message in front of the right people. So right now you had a total value of $10,113, but we're not done, because what else do you need? I mean, here's the great thing. You're going to get all of this done in like 48 hours, right? You need email marketing. This is where, like, once people buy stuff, or if they're looking at your stuff, you need to be able to send them emails out and tell them, okay, do this, go here. But when people say emails are dead, emails aren't dead. You use them all the time. You got to put your email address in for everything that you do, you buy online or you do that. We use Aweber. So we're going to give you a special link where you can get in Aweber and you can use them for free up to 500 customers. You don't need any credit card, or there's no limit or time on that you can do that. So those are things that we're going to help you connect, and then you need to integrate it into that funnel. So we're going to show you how to do that. That value is $14.95. Total value right now, y'all, is $11,608, but you need something else. So let's see what else you need. You got to learn how to brand yourself. See, personal branding for Christian entrepreneurs who are in the spotlight, it's totally different. I was talking to someone, and they had put this like post out there that was not a representation of, Christ and being of Christ. And so you got to think about that when you're in the marketplace. Just like when I told you guys the story up front, when I was talking to them about my book, I had to realize it's not about me. I'm representing Christ. Not only, like we used to tell, the kids in the family, like, you're McReynolds, you represent the family's name. You have to step out there and show who you're a part of. There are certain standards that you have to have. When you're representing God, there are certain, so you work for him. You don't work for men, you work for God. So you got to always remember that. So with that being said, there's personal branding for Christian entrepreneurs who are in the spotlight, and you don't intentionally go out to brand yourself, but as you're posting, as you're going live, as you're doing everything that you're doing, you are branding yourself. And so we have I have a little small book that we have on branding and a training that we're going to help you with. So that is also included in this. And so that is valued at $997. That brings our value up to $12,605. And see, all of this you're about to get, y'all. But don't worry, you're not gonna pay the $12,605. I just want to show you what the value of those is. And again, you need some more stuff. So let's talk about what else you're going to need. You need to know what your calling is. You need to know if God is calling you to start a business. Now, I told you about that little short tape that I have over on YouTube. Is like 10 minutes long over there. Go read that. Go listen to that. It'll get you started. But we take you through the process, in those first 48 hours. As soon as you sign up, you'll have access to a lot of this stuff that you can go ahead and start watching right now when you're waiting on Monday to get here. But we're going to help you determine what your calling is for this season. Now, your calling for this season might not be the same as it is 3 to 5 years from now. So don't worry about that. Don't get caught up in you have to do something for the rest of your life. Just depends on what it is. Like, I can do this for the rest of my life, right? And I plan on living to over 100 years old. I love God. I love Jesus. I love the Holy Spirit. I love people. I love helping people. I just love being able to, I love entrepreneurship. I love being able to take all of this and I get to make a living out of this, right? Like, God chose me to be able to do this. And it's just like, thank you. Like, this was the best thing. Like, I would have never thought that this would be me, but it is. Why? Because it's my calling. And so we're going to show you how to determine what your calling is for this season. And so inside of there, you're going to get to discover your calling. It doesn't take forever to figure this out, right? You're going to discover that you can do that over the weekend, right? Discover your calling, prayer and confirmation, research and development, and marketing messages. All of that is within that training that you'll be able to learn. If this is bringing you value, if you had an aha moment, drop it in the comments and let me know what you're thinking, what that aha moment is. The value of that masterclass is $12.97. And so your total value now, y'all, is $13,902. And when you think about that, to go to business school, you're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to people who've never ran a business. Kind of funny, right? But people do it all the time anyway. But wait, I always love that part. But wait, there's more. There's more, right? You also, as a bonus, is it okay if we over deliver? Is it okay if we give you more than what's expected? We're going to also give you a how to start a business in a few hours workbook. So you can get all your legal stuff set up. It'll walk you through the process of how to get everything set up with your state, with the federal government, your bank account, all of that, value $197. You're going to get a 30-day game plan to validate your online business. So once we get it set up, you're going to go back. This is kind of like, putting that tester out there. It's just like with the iPhone. If you guys think of the iPhone, I don't know which iPhone, but I think I know I'm behind on the iPhone, but I remember the very first ones. I don't even remember if they were small, right? They were small, they were big, but Apple has 7 products. That's it. I think 7 or 8 products. And all they do each year is they make it better, make it better, make it better. So that's what we want to show you how to do. We want to get it out there and get it tested before you put all that time and energy into building that class or building that product and no one's going to buy it. So we're going to teach you how to put that message out there, see if there's an interest. And so part of that 30-day game plan that we're going to put in there, that's a $19.97 value that we've sold that class at. But so you're going to get that. All of that's going to come in your 100-fold boot camp. And on top of that, because I'm a licensed financial advisor, which separates us from a lot of other classes out there, you're also going to get a how money works masterclass so that you understand money. There's so much in the Bible about money, and the good and the bad and the ugly of it and what to do with it. So we're going to teach you the different principles of it so that you can build yourself up to be able to leave that inheritance to your children's children. That masterclass is valued at $497. So that total bonus value is $2,691. So when you add the 14-day click funnel trial at valued at $1,126, the 100-fold business boot camp valued at $2,995, the online traffic secrets valued at $19.95, your super persuasive sales copy valued at $3,997, your email marketing valued at $14.95, Christian branding workshop. I already told y'all how important it is because we're working for God. That's valued at $997. And find out what God is calling you to do so you're walking in your purpose. Masterclass is $1297. How to start your business, get it legalized with the state, with the government, with Uncle Sam. $197. Your 30-day game plan. So once you have it up and running in the next 2 days, we're going to stick with you for the next 30 days to keep it going. That's valued at $1997. And then how that money works masterclass. If you're going to make it, you need to know how it's not what you make, but it's what you learn to keep and how to process yourself to get out of debt. And all of that stuff that you're going to need, credit scores and all of that, we're going to cover and help you with. Your total value, y'all, is $16,593. Very much worth it, right? Very much worth it. If you agree that that's worth it, give me a thumbs up or a happy face or smile. So think about this. If you get all of that, and if all this did was help you make your first sale, would it be worth it? Would it be worth it if that helped you make your first sale? So think about it this way. Compare it to you go to 4 years in college to learn from someone who's never ran a business, who's doing it from the business standpoint. You end up with debt, 50 to 100 grand. It takes you 20 some years just to get it paid off. And you're not happy. You don't even like what you went to school for, right? So if all this did was save you a few months, a few years, a few decades of wasted time and wasted energy, would it be worth it? Would it be worth it to be able to get your business up and running in 2 days, under 48 hours? It will give you a massive shortcut. Like if it gives you that massive shortcut to building the business of your dreams, and most importantly, doing it God's way, wouldn't it be worth it? Like, yeah, like how can you say no on that, right? It definitely would be worth it. Well, if you said yes, it would be worth it, put yes in the comments, but you got 2 choices, right? Option 1, well, I should say we had 2 choices. Option 1, I could have sold this as cheap as possible, get it into as many hands as we could without bringing the needed value. And I went through that. Like when I told you about me going live. Well, when I went live that first year or so, I wasn't making money, lots of money, because I didn't know that I needed a sales funnel and all of that. And I was making money in other stuff and other businesses, but I didn't know that I needed the checkout and the products and how to put all this together. They just said go live, right? So I went live. That was just one piece of the pie. That would be like trying to put together a puzzle and you only have one piece of it. I just had that one piece. So I could just like throw one piece up, like the I Love Going Live challenge. I could just throw that one piece up and say, hey, go do this. But if I don't teach you how to get the traffic, what to do with the people, how to have that your sales funnel, how to track them on Facebook, how to send the email sequence, all of that stuff that you need. Like when I say, well, what else do you need? How to get traffic? If I don't teach you how to do that, you're not going to maximize your profits and make the profit that you need. So the other option that we have, which is option 2, is to require a little higher investment, right? So it removes, number 1, the tire kickers, people who are just saying, oh, let me just buy a class because it's cheap, but they never do anything, right? And it puts the people who are like, okay, I'm serious. I'm ready to roll up my sleeves. I want to get this done. I want to be able to help people. I want to be able to serve people. I want to be able to walk in my calling. I want to be able to do what God called me to do. So by doing that, we decided to go with option two, right? Requires a little higher investment, just like when Queen Sheba went to King Solomon. She was like, man, they said you were the bomb diggity, but I really see that you got it all. You know all of this stuff. So she didn't mind paying him for helping her save a lot of time. That's how you got to look at this. So, what we decided to do was to give you all the stuff that you need in this initial class, and then even guarantee your success with 100% money back guarantee, that if you don't make any money, that we will refund you your money back. And we just thought of the two choices, choice two made the most sense. So what would a new online business do for you? What would it be worth it for you? What if you were making 10 grand a month, 5 grand a month, 1,000 a month, 30 a month, 50 a month, 100? Like, what would that do for you and your family? How would that change your life? Would you be able to travel more? Would you be able to do things that you can't do now? See, guys, when you're looking at classes and training, if you have gotten our books, if you've gotten anything, we're always sending out our catalog. So it costs $5,000 to teach these strategies that I'm talking to you about. And you can see right here, $4,997 is right there on our class of what we charge, to $12,997 to $24,997, depending on who we teaching to. And that's just one class that we're talking about, different classes and different levels that we have. And if you wanted me to do this, it starts at $24,000 and then it goes up. Right. And you might be thinking, well, that seems like a lot. No, but if you are running a business and you're hiring someone, you're paying them an annual salary of that. So if you're like, if when we do this for someone, the reason why we do charge that is, number one, because we're going to bring them value, but they don't have to pay us payroll or pay taxes or what do you call those benefits? I haven't worked for anybody in a long time, y'all. Benefits and all of that stuff, they don't have to pay that. So that strategy for me to do it for you, this is what we're looking at, because once you get it all together, it requires a lot of time to put that together. You see why this is an absolute deal. If I just said, okay, so for the $4,997 that you saw that we charge for our Genesis Get Going class, it is totally worth it because of the value that you get. Just in most cases, one or two clients will pay for that $4,997. See, this is why it's an absolute deal at $4,997. And then for the general public, if you go onto our site at Genesis Academy, you'll see is $19.97 there. But for those of you who are here today, I wanted to make you a super special offer because you took the time to watch this video and to learn something. It's kind of like Bible study, right? Learn something about Bible and business, and you're still here and you're watching this, or you're catching this on the replay, and you got down this far. Today, you can get all of that we just talked about for one payment of instead of $19.97, you get an offer one payment of $997 today. And if you want to take advantage of that, get into the 100-fold boot camp. Get your business started. You can go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/BC. It's not before Christ, it's boot camp, right? I start laughing because I thought that when I put that down there, but it's $997. So everything that I talked about, from getting the 14-day ClickFunnels trial bonus that's valued at $1,126, 100-fold business boot camp valued at $2,995, the online traffic secret, because you can build it, but you need people to get to it and know how to get them to it. That's valued at $1,995. Your super persuasive sales copy. If you don't know how to get people to listen to you and to draw them into you, they're not going to buy from you. So you definitely need that. That value is $3,997. You need email marketing because you need to be able to communicate back with them. That value is $1,495. Christian branding workshop value $997. You're representing God. You're representing the name on the back of your jersey. So you have to do it the right way. And to know if God is calling you to even start a business, we got some 4 signs that you need to look for and some other stuff that we ask you those questions on. That's valued at $1,297. You also get that your how to start a business workbook that will connect you with everything that you need to do with your state, your local government, and your municipality to make sure you're legal and you're set up all right, valued at $197. You get not just 2 days of us, but you get 30-day and a lifetime access to all of this. That's valued at $1997. And our How Money Works masterclass, because what's the sense of building it if you lose it? It's not what you make, is what you keep. That's valued at $497. So guys, we're talking a total value here of $16,593 for a limited time only. You get all of that just because you're here right now for $997. And most of y'all probably spent that on holiday gifts and this year and last year. And if I ask you what you got, you probably don't even remember. Right? So if you want to get started, not if you want to, go get started now. You can go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/BC, BibleBusinessAcademy.com/BC. Boot camp, not before Christ, right? Did I mention that 30-day online game plan? Like literally, we put that out a year ago for $1997 and had people buy it at $1997. You'll get that absolutely free. Even though the classes start on Monday, soon as you get inside the system, you'll be able to have access to this and go ahead and start working on the plan and the training right from there. You'll have a lot of that work done already. So this is included with your investments today. So get started now. What are you waiting for? You can leave now. Go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/BC. When you get over there, I want you to see how simple that sales page is. That's what we're going to help you to fix for yourself. And so you're thinking, but Cathy, I got an info product. I have, a physical product or e-commerce or service or coaching or consulting, or I got an offline business. We call them real business, or I want to be an author or speaker or affiliate product or network marketing. This works for literally any type of business. If you have humans that pay you and you want to attract them to you and you want to do it with biblical principles, it will work for you in under 2 days. So get started now. Go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/BC to get that started, guys. And we also threw in a money back 30-day guarantee. If you're not happy, if you haven't made your money back, we have a guarantee where we'll give you 110%. You just have to have faith and you just have to have belief that you can make this happen. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be setting up your first or your next funnel. And all a funnel is, it's a different type of website that only gives you one option. You either come in and you buy something or you leave. And that's what you want to happen. It's an easy decision. A confused mind does nothing. A lot of people will put up these funnels with all these buttons that you have to click and nobody clicks anything because it's too many choices. So the choice is either click the button that says buy now or leave, or click the button that says give me your information now or leave. That's what's on there. I'll refund you your entire investments, no questions asked, if it didn't do what we said it's going to do. So get started now. Go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/BC. So the real question is, here's the real question for you. Is it worth activating your faith to new heights? Do you want to take your faith to, you remember Jesus said, oh, ye of little faith. You don't want to be that person of the little faith, right? You want to have the faith that like you can move to mountains. You can speak. If you tell that mountain, that sycamore tree to move, it will move. That's the type of faith that you want to have. In a few minutes of your time to check this out, just go over there. Go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/BC to just check it out. See if it's worth it. And even if it only does 1/2 of what we said it will do, it will pay for itself in your first 30 days, in your first 2 weeks. As soon as you set up your first or next funnel, just like I told you guys when I got mine set up, we were in day 27 of it, but I got it done. I made money because I followed the instructions. I did exactly what they said do. All I'm going to do is take out all the fluff, all of the stories. I'm going to show you exactly what to do. It's kind of like if you got a newborn baby and that baby got some poop in them and you need to change them, that is not the time to watch a video on diaper rash and what to do and how to change or if you got to feed the baby. That's not the time to watch a video, do all of this work on what they should eat. No, they want it now, or they're screaming or they're not happy. That's what this class is about. We're removing all the fluff and we're just teaching you exactly what to do. It's kind of like being in driver's ed once you get into the car, right? We're showing you exactly how to move the vehicle in the right direction at the right speed so that you can create success and not crash. So get started now and go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com BC. I mean, like, think about this. 30 days from now, 2 weeks from now, what if you made 2 sales in your first 2 weeks and you just have a $37 product? My first product was $37, right? Remember I told you guys that? $148, right? You made 2 sales at $67 over 2 weeks. That's $268. You made 2 sales at $97. It's $388. 2 sales at $197, $788. 2 sales at $297. 2 weeks is $1,100. You can even do your online course. My very first online course, it was $1997, and I had complete strangers giving me $1,997 to help them build their online business. And I had never met them. They didn't know me until we got on a call or a Zoom call and answered their questions. And they just said, okay, here, help me. Here's some money, go help me. So you can have a course or a class that you charge $19.97 for, and not only did you just made your money back with one sale, but you also doubled your profit. Wouldn't that be a good thing? That's an awesome thing to happen. So get started. What are you waiting? What are you still doing on here? Go get started. Go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com BC. Get started. What would you do with that extra money? You're going to take care of that car note, pay off those bills, the rent, the mortgage, the much needed vacation. Maybe you could have an extra fun date night or tithing or offering or helping someone out. What would that do for you? So you got to get to the point where money just cometh to you. It's one of your affirmations. Money cometh to you in abundance. Be like when they were in the desert and there wasn't enough room because the substance was so much that they couldn't be in the same land, so they needed to separate and go out. That's how you want to overflow. That's how you want your life to be, to get to that point where it is overflowing. See, God said, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be frightened and do not be dismayed, for God is with you wherever you go. This is in Joshua 1:9. Get out of your way and get started now. Go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/BC. See, crawling is acceptable. Maybe you are right now of little faith and you're working up to the big faith. I told you guys when I first got started, it was so overwhelming that I stopped doing it because the tech was giving me a headache, and I don't even get headaches, right? So crawling is acceptable. Falling is acceptable. Puking is acceptable. Crying is acceptable. Blood is acceptable. We know someone who shedded some blood for us, right? Pain is acceptable. But guess what's not acceptable? Quitting. Call me anything but average and ordinary and a quitter. It is not acceptable to quit on your dreams. It is not acceptable to quit and not do something. See, I quit for a moment, but I came back because it just didn't sit right to say I quit and you didn't figure it out and you didn't finish it. You were born like you that I'm talking to right now in that camera. You were born to do something great. So I don't care if you have to crawl, fall, puke, cry, blood, pain, but you're not quitting. Not on our walk, you don't quit. You guys often hear me tell the story of when we were building our financial service company and hiring and training agents. We had this guy who was 32 at the time, finishing college. And what he was saying is that one day we're all sitting around the training table and he's like, man, I'm excited that I'm finishing school, but I'm not happy that my mom won't be there to see me graduate. And we're like, well, why isn't she going to be there? Like, what's wrong with her? Is something wrong with her? Like, why isn't she going to be there? And I'm just going to call him Bill, right? And so Bill was like, no, she's here, but I got to pay an extra $2,000 in order to get clear of the bills or whatever that he had to pay in order for him to walk the stage. They were going to give him his diploma, but he couldn't walk the stage. And I'm like, what? So at 32, you finally made it and your mama can't come see you because of $2,000? Oh no, that don't happen on our walk, right? So like literally I jumped up on the conference table and I start saying, Bill, I changed his name. Bill will walk. Bill will walk. And everybody around me, first of all, they're like, Cathy, get off the table. This table's going to fall. You're crazy. But I didn't care because I'm like, no, not on my watch. You will win. You will win. This is what I'm saying to you. If you entrust us to help you to build your business, to get to that next level, and you're willing to do the work. See, everybody came together. The people who were afraid to talk to people, who never closed the sale or never did anything. As he built his team, he was getting overrides. He made that actually, he did make that in less than 2 weeks. And his mom got to see him walk that stage. So I'm sharing that with you. Not to say because I jumped up on the conference table, it made the difference, but here's what made the difference: that quitting and not winning was not an option. I don't care how many times you fall down, just get back up, right? And we're here to encourage you. That's one of the gifts that God gave me. Like, it is him speaking through me to say, you can do this, you can make this happen. I don't care what you've been through or what you feel you need to go through or how hard it may be, you can get this done. So what are you still doing here? Get started now. Go over to BibleBusinessAcademy.com /BC. Whatever you do, guys, in closing, heartily do it as if you're doing it for the Lord, because that's who you're doing all of this for. That's in Colossians 3:23. Not men, not people, not women, not like animals, not fake people, like whatever it is, you're doing this for God. Everything we do, it is to honor God and to give him the glory for it. So get started now. Go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com BC. And for you fast action takers, for the people that are here now, for the first 20 people, and if you're catching this on the replay, just let me know when you're catching it, and we may still be able to help you out with that. I'm also going to give you guys a copy of our book and the planner. We'll mail that out to you, so you're going to get that. So get started now. Get off of this. Go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com /BC and get started now. So some of you might be like, $9.97. Ugh, I don't really have that now. It doesn't matter. Look, you can go over to PayPal credit. You can do either a 6-month, you can do a 6-month purchase for credit, or I also have it set up that they just started this new thing where they divide the payments. I think it's $249, where you do 4 payments interest free, no interest on it, every 2 weeks. I think it is that you do that. You got to look at the details. you go over there and it's set up on our website. So when you get over to our website, you just click and you'll be able to go right there, click on that button, and you can do 4 payments of $249 or whatever that adds up to the $997. So get started now. You'll find that PayPal credit right at the bottom of the site, right underneath the information where you put all your information in. Go there, get started now at BibleBusinessAcademy.com BC and say, yes, Cathy, I want in this boot camp because I have this info product and I want to get it out. I have this training and I want to get it out. Like, there are people who knit, who do yo-yo, who do jumping jacks. There's somebody who makes millions of dollars teaching people how to play a piano online. They're not even with them, and they're getting paid millions of dollars doing this. Person that does the corsets, that they like those things that you put on you, they're making like 30-40 grand a month helping people with the corset stuff. So it doesn't matter what you're doing, you can make it happen. Whether it's service business, maybe you are helping people with debt, maybe you're a financial advisor, an insurance agent, or something like that. This will work for you. Or you're a coach or you're a consultant and you want to help someone, or you have an offline business, a real business, or you want to become an author or a speaker, or you're already one, but you're just not getting enough clients because you don't know who to talk to and what to say to them. This will work for you. If you don't have a product ideal, don't worry. There's so many different affiliates out there that we can help you set it up with an affiliate that resonates around what you do. Like, I used to be an affiliate for a travel company. I absolutely love that. And I didn't have to do all of this stuff. I just sold their products. There are ways that you can just sell products that are out there and still make millions of dollars. If you're in network marketing and you're tired of bugging your family and your friends and everybody sees you, they go running the other way. How do I know? I've been there, right? This will work for you. You can attract people to you. They'll raise their hand and say, hey, I like what you put out. I like how you did this or did that. Can you help me? How about having people reaching out to you instead of you reaching out? Literally, y'all, any type of business, you can get started now. Go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com BC. I just also want to give you a fair warning that this will be closing Sunday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you want to get started now. If you get in now before the weekend, you'll be able to get access to that additional training and get started on that. Inside your email, you'll get all of the instructions, when to show up. And don't worry if you're working or you're on that holiday or whatever the case is, it doesn't matter. Everything will be recorded and we will be there. And you can always call us at the 1-833 Bible Biz and we can help you. So for one last time, I'm going to tell you what you're going to get. So you can sign up now. You're going to get the 14-day ClickFunnels trial and bonus valued at $1126. 100-fold business boot camp valued at $2,995. Your online traffic secrets valued at $1995. Because once you build it, they said building it, they will come. No, they don't come unless you get them there. And that's why you need that traffic secret. You're going to get super persuasive sales copy, so you can be inside their head and speak to them. You're going to get email marketing so that after they buy, you can communicate. Or if they got on your sales page and they didn't buy, you ever get those the videos where it says, hey, I know you were at my checkout and you didn't finish it and you didn't buy, and you're like, how did they know that? Like the very first time they have, I'm like, how do they know that, right? Somebody watch me and you get to look around. No, that's part of what we eventually, not in this particular class, but we show you how to set all of that up throughout this whole process. So you get some of that. The email marketing is very, very important. So you can send those things out or do the videos. You also get the Christian branding workshop. And that's a $997. Is God Calling You to Start a Business Masterclass for $1297. How to Start a Business in a Few Hours workbook valued at $197. That 30-day game plan to validate your online business, that was sold at $1997. And How Money Works Masterclass for $497, guys. Total value $16,593, but for a limited time, you can get in this boot camp for $997. So get started now. Go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/BC. So if you're still here after seeing all of that, the only reason you're still on here is because you haven't quite committed yet. You're like toe dipping. You're like, we always say you're on the pool and you're just sticking your toe in. You haven't decided to dive in. So that means that if you're still here, you probably have some questions, right? So I'm going to cover the most asked questions for those of you who are still around. Money is an issue, and I get it. I understand. I've been there. I've had it. I've made it. I've lost it. I've been there. Okay, so if money is your reason for not saying yes in this season, that was pretty cheesy, right? I try to rhyme. Go to PayPal. You could do PayPal credit. Now you're like, Cathy, money's a problem. I don't have good credit. Okay, so once you get over there, you'll see where it says, hey, you can break this up and you can pay in 4 payments. No interest or anything like that is right on their site. You'll be able to do that. Like, it's kind of like layaway, but you get to use it now. Go do that so you can get started, and then you can make your money back. You're going to have your business up in 2 days, and so Monday, Tuesday, but so by Wednesday you're going to have your business up and ready to go. A website and all of that stuff, all of that's going to be up. So go there to PayPal and you can get started. So money isn't an issue. Like, this is like a car note that we're talking about, or less than a car. This could be a night out. $249 if you break that down into those 4 payments, like basically $250 your very first payment. Like, think of all the dumb things that you spent $250 on, and then how can you take that and say, okay, let me put it on something that's going to bring money back to me. That's what you want to start looking at, because we want you to get signed up now. I mean, and when you're looking at the value, that 14-day ClickFunnels trial bonus for the 100-fold bonus boot camp, the online traffic seekers, the super persuasive sales copy, the email marketing, the Christian branding workshop, the Is God Calling You to Start a Business masterclass, how to get your business started in a few hours, all legal and up and running with the state, the government, and your local municipality, however you say that word, municipality, your 30-day game plan for validating your online business, and your How Money Works masterclass. We're talking total value, y'all, $16,593. Limited time, $997. Come on, y'all. Like, school, you go to college 4 years, you know how much you're going to pay for that? It's like $50,000. So just say yes. Okay, I got a real business offline and I'm ready to get more traffic to it. I want to be able to help that grow. Yes, I'm a speaker and author. I want to be able to help that. I sell insurance or investments. I want to be able to help that and grow. I teach people how to do how to make bracelets, or how to, I don't know, so whatever you teach them, how to fix a car, whatever you teach them, how to paint, how to, whatever you're teaching. If you have an affiliate, if you're in a network marketing, literally, y'all, any type of business, you can get started now. You could position yourself to start making money. So go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/BC. See, you got 3 options. You're still here. You're not totally convinced you're ready to change your life. Your faith is little. We want to help you to grow it to big. So you can do nothing. Option 1, do nothing, no faith. You don't believe you even have the money sitting there, but you're like, I just don't know. That's option 1. You do nothing, right? Too much whom is given, much is required. I'm not talking physical requirement, but you gotta not think of the world. Like, you gotta be transformed by the renewing your mind. You gotta step into life as God is creating you to step into it and become who He created you to be. So option 2 and you can go do something else. Maybe this is not for you. Maybe after you look through it, it's not for you. Or maybe I'm not the person to teach you. That's fine. Just go do it with someone else. That is totally fine. Or option three, y'all, you could do it. You could trust God. You could have faith. You can get with your girl. We can help you to make it happen for yourself. We can get it done. We can have fun while you're getting it done. So if that's you, get started now. Go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com/BC. Here's the next objection that people give: time. Are you feeling like it sounds good, but maybe when you're doing the class, I'm at work, or I don't know if I'm gonna have enough time to get it done, to get all this started? Let me tell you, I get it. Like literally, because I love what I do, and I probably spend 12 to 18 hours every single day working on something or reading or doing something. Because to me, it's not work. Like when you find something that you're doing and it's not like work, you can do it. But I get the time that you may not have it. You have other obligations going on. Don't worry about that, y'all. Everything that you see here, from the 14-day ClickFunnels try, they like, even inside ClickFunnels, they have different classes and trainings and all of that you're going to be able to take from people who are making hundreds of millions of dollars. 100-fold bonus boot camp, online traffic seekers, super persuasive copy, email marketing, Christian branding, the masterclass on if God is calling you to build a business, how to start your business in a few hours workbook, your 30-day game plan to validate your business and to get it all set up, the How Money Works masterclass. All of that will be done for you in a short period of time. Some of it you can do on your own time, so you don't have to worry about the time. But the basics of getting your infrastructure up, 2 days. We'll have that done for you in 2 days. So you're looking at $16.5, right? You can get it today for $9.97. It's limited time, so make sure you go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com and just say, yes, I want in on this. I want this to happen for me. Now, the third objection or concern or areas of concern or to make people not take action, they're like, I don't have any experience. Now, remember when I told y'all my favorite line used to be, I'm high touch, not high tech. I knew absolutely zero zilch about computers. If you know how to use your cell phone, if you know how to send a text out, if you know how to type something or take a picture inside of your cell phone, or you can get online, you can do this. Everything is drag and drop. It's like point, click this. Like little kids can do this. You can get, if you got a little young child that's 8, 9, 10, you can bring them to class with you and have them do it for you. It doesn't matter. Just get it done. Experience doesn't matter. You will learn how to do it. See, here's what I do know about you. You're a person of faith. And with faith, we're not timid. We have courage. We have boldness. That's part of who God is, and that's who He wants us to be as well. We're made in His image, and I get that now, because it's like the same thing. I'm like, your last name is McReynolds, right? You gotta wear that name proud. Your name gotta mean something to you. Even there's a proverb that talks about that. A good name, you got to have a good name. Your name got to mean something to you, right? So I know that about you. That means that if you are of God, it matters to you what He thinks of you. It matters to you to build a good name and character for yourself, right? And so I know just having that and being a person of faith, that puts you on top of the top of the top. And those are the people that I like to work with, the people who are doers, right? Even if they're afraid, you can do this. You don't have to know how to do what we're going to do, but you have overcome some things in life before. You have done some things that you didn't think was possible to do, and you made them happen. You just needed somebody there to encourage you, to move you, to help you to that next level. That's what we're here for. I got you. Your girl ain't gonna let you fail. You don't fail with me, right? We win. That's what we do, is we win. We make it happen. We build number one offices. Can't even remember how many states, but no matter where we were at, we built number one offices. That's what we do. That's what we want to do here. We want to help you to be able to do that. Thousands of people were right where you are. And see, before I used to take credit for that, thinking, okay, because I know how to train and get people motivated. Now I realize it wasn't even about me doing that. That was all God. It was the God within me that He was using my voice to help encourage these people. And so now I know that it was Him who did it all, and He gets all the glory for this. See, God will be with you. He will be with you to help you. The Holy Spirit will be there to speak with you and to tell you what to do. We'll be there to encourage you. He's using us to help you. So say yes. Are you ready to say yes to living your calling, y'all? You want to get started now. We're almost done here. We've gone way over time because I know a few of you are still hanging on here and you just needed this extra, you just assurance that, this time somebody's going to be there for you because you were in this other class and they said they were going to help you and nobody helped you. I'm giving you a phone number, 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ, that's connected to my cell phone that we will check and we will call and we will make sure that you get this done. See, the power to get wealth is not about you, so you can remove all of that burden from yourself. The power to get wealth comes from God. In Deuteronomy 8:17-18, it says, otherwise, the reason why He is the reason for the season, the reason why He is the one who gives you the power to get wealth. It says, otherwise, you may say in your heart, right? Like I told you, I used to, right? My power and my strength of my hand made me this wealth, but you shall remember that Lord your God, for it is He who gave you the power to make wealth. It is God who gave us the power to get up this morning. It is God who gave us the lights, the heat, and all of that stuff. God did all of this. We're just vessels. When we leave here, all of this stuff is going to continue to go on. So we must understand where this is coming from. When you understand it's not about you, but it's about God, it relieves tension and pressure and your need to be perfect and all of that stuff about it. It ain't about you, it's about God, right? So let's make it all about God. He's the one who's going to give you the ability to create wealth. So finally, I think I said it might have been my last time, but I'm going to run through this one more time for those of you who are still on here. And if you're still here and you got a concern that we didn't talk about, you can drop it in the comments. In a few minutes, I'm going to head over to the comments. I'm going to be able to see what's there, and then we can see how we can help you. So here's what you get when you sign up for this 100-fold boot camp weekend. 48 hours to get your first or your next funnel business up. You get a 14-day free ClickFunnels trial bonus. You don't even have to pay for that website until 14 days later, which you should have some money in there. That's the value of $1,126. You get the 100-fold business boot camp valued at $2,995. Your online traffic secrets, you get the value of that is $1,995. Without traffic, y'all, without getting people to your store, without getting people to your site, you can't make money. So you got to get people there. We show you how to go find the people who want what you're offering. So it's simple. You need super persuasive sales copy. That's valued at $3,997. You got to be inside their head. You got to know what they're thinking before they even think. You got to know where they shop at, what they do. You got to know more about them than they know about themselves. So they're looking at you like, dang, how she know that? How he know that? Like, you know exactly what I need. This is what we want to help you to be able to do. That value there is $3,997. That could be like 10 times that, right? Email marketing value at $14.95. Your Christian branding workshop, that value is $9.97. Is God calling you to start a business? You want to know what it is. You want to know what your calling is. That value of that master class is $1,297. Get all your stuff legal, because you don't want, he said, Caesar, if you owe Caesar, go pay Caesar. Well, if you haven't set it up right, Caesar can come snatch the stuff from you if it's not done right. You want to make sure that you're doing it right. I'm so on that, because when I started an offline business about 7 or so years ago, I hadn't had employees. I had 1099 people with my contract, with my financial service business. And after doing some research, I found out that I was supposed to be paying payroll taxes, and I was paying payroll, but I wasn't paying payroll taxes. And so I called the IRS, and I'm like, hey, I owe y'all some money. I wasn't paying y'all. And I called them to say, hey, I owe you so we can pay. And then they went and took my money out my account. But I got it back because I know how to read, right? And you know what your rules and laws are. But because I went to them, they had to set up a payment plan with us to be able to make that happen. So I don't want you to have to go through that stuff. So that's why we have that workbook for you to be able to not have that issue. 30-day game plan to validate your online business. You need to know it's right. There's so much more and so many things that all of these big companies and the gurus and all that, they've already done. We're going to show you how to tap into them, get right next to them so that you can get some of their clients that are looking for someone to be on the more personable level with them. That's $19.97, and that How Money Works Masterclass is invaluable. You're going to learn about debt, investments, interest rate, good and bad debt, and all of that stuff. That's $497 value, y'all. That should be 10 times that. Total value is $16,593. But today, guys, for a limited time, you get it for $997. I think I've handled every single objection that I can think of. So get started now and go to BibleBusinessAcademy.com and say, yes, I want in this boot camp. Yes, I want to get my affiliate product business out there, because I have no idea what I want to start, but I want to get something out there. And if I can get it done in 2 days and start selling something, I want to be able to do that. Literally, y'all, any type of business, you can get that done. And if you're still asking, is a simple funnel right for you? Like you might be thinking, well, I heard you need to have this big funnel with all this elaborate stuff on it. All that stuff does is not only overwhelm you, but it overwhelms the people that go to it, right? And maybe you're overwhelmed because you're trying to do 100,000 things at one time, and so much is going on. Or maybe you're feeling stuck and you're just not sure what to do or how to do it. Or maybe you're just beyond frustrated, right? You're like, yeah, I know I'm a Christian and I'm not supposed to be frustrated, I'm not supposed to be worried, but I'm not there yet. And you're babe, and you're just growing at it so you can get there. But you're not living out your calling, and you know that you have something in you, and you were born to do something great, and you want to be able to do something like greater. And because if you're watching this now, we're around the holiday season, go to the people who are buying you gifts and be like, hey, here's what I want to do. Instead of you buying me something that I'm going to use and enjoy for 1 or 2 days, how about you help me with this class that I can use and enjoy it for the rest of my life? And it can change our family. It can change our generation. See, guys, what you have should be flying off the shelf. But it isn't yet. You're not selling enough of it. You haven't made enough of them. You're not doing what you need to do. This is why the simple funnel is right for you. It's best for people who are frustrated, overworked, underpaid, not selling enough, or who are selling something but wants to sell a lot more. Get started now by going to BibleBusinessAcademy.com. So in closing, I'm so proud of you. It takes courage. It takes faith to step out and become who you really were born to be. No matter whether you choose to come with us or you go with someone else, I just want you to honor God, give him all the glory for it. And I'm here 100% to support you on what you need to do. You can definitely count on that. We also we have a gift waiting for you where we're going to send out some pretty cool stuff to you as well once you become a member of it. Again, guys, you can call us or you can text us at 1-833-BIBLE-BIZ. If you send us a message in Messenger, I have no notifications on anywhere, not even like my text messages. I'll get phone calls, but like and I'll teach you why all of that is, or you can email us. But I do check this stuff every single day, except for one day a week on Sundays. I don't check any of it, but we'll make sure that we're checking it this Sunday at 9 o'clock at night, because you have until Sunday night at 9 Eastern to make that decision. So I appreciate you guys. Hope you got value out of all of this. I'm going to head back over here now and see. Okay. That's so funny. So I did that whole conversation and I was up here instead of my training. All right. All right, that's okay. That's funny. That's funny. Let me see if there's any chats. I don't see any there. Oh, so you guys couldn't really see that. That's okay. We'll be back. We'll do it again. All right. Look, this is how it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be that way, but it was that way. So if you're still watching, that's funny. Hilarious. All right, y'all. Well, it was probably in the chats and I couldn't see that, but that's okay. We did it anyway. All right, y'all. So we will talk to you later. I just think, you got to learn to laugh at yourself. Wow, that's funny. All right. Have a great evening. We will talk to you later. And I shall see y'all next time. Next time we'll do it, we'll have it switched. And maybe I'll do an encore coming up on the second half of this. So if you wanted to see what I was talking about, you can see it all. All right, y'all. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.